Welcome back to another video. We're going to cook deer today. I've always wanted to do this because I have seen some of the guys in the other channels cooking game, and I have to say, guys, that I'm not gonna say any names, but you need more than just salt and pepper to cook at least deer. You can get away with that if you're cooking fish, but not deer. I say this because I happen to have been born into this. I mean, I was cooking wild game before there was gunpowder, and I just happen to know quite a little bit about this. Wild game starts from the cleaning process. I mean, the quality of the meat you're going to eat is greatly affected from the time that the animal expires, and the cleaning process and the icing process. First thing we do is we shoot an animal or dispatch an animal, then we clean it right away and we ice it down to bring that temperature down. Then we got to keep that animal, or at least the meat, in a cooler for at least a week, and we got to be changing that ice constantly and removing the blood. Now I have one deer like here, which I have already deboned, and I've been cleaning, and this is what we're going to use. There's several ways to make deer, but we're going to make it this way. I'm not sure if it's got a name. I make tacos with it, and it's good. I don't know if it's got a name. This is one of the ways I know how to make it. As you can see, I started deboning already. I have the bone here. I threw the skin in the garbage, and basically what we're going to do, or what we've been doing, is we are removing all this tissue that isn't red, that's blue or slimy or anything like that. We're going to go ahead and get rid of all that stuff. We can feed that to the dogs. I'm going to be recording this, and I'm going to speed up the process. So here we go. We're removing all the blue tissue as much as we can. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you remove it, it really helps improve, or at least it will give you the best flavor possible, or the best experience possible, if you remove all of this blue stuff, including the fat. I mean, deer fat is not exactly the best. See, this is what we're looking for, like that. Now, I do not know the name of all these cuts. However, that doesn't mean that I don't know how to cook. I just don't. I'm not a butcher. I'm a hunter. But I just happen to know how to cook. See, and I know that this stuff you have to remove. You know, this right here is just from the meat being in contact with ice. Has ice burn, but there's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, you could eat it if you wanted to, but I mean, I hunt deer in 3 states, so let's just say I get plenty of deer meat. I live in Homestead, Florida, and I have a lifetime license here in Florida to hunt and fish. And this is the doe that I shot in Georgia, as I said, at the end of the season. We give a piece to Moose, the hunting dog. This animal is ferocious. We'll let him fool you. Okay, so as you notice, we have a cooler here. This is a small cooler that I use for this kind of stuff. We're going to place all the meat in the cooler because it's waterproof. And we're going to brine it in there. Now, as far as the brine, it doesn't have to be a special brine. Just make something that you like. Happen to have this smoky habanero marinade. This is something I picked up. You don't have to have this specific one. The only thing you cannot fix is adding too much salt. So we're going to pour the stuff in there. And mix it around. And we are going to add this stuff. You don't have to use this. This happens to be something that's pre-made. It's locally. I can pick it up in the market locally. The only thing I did is I added sugar because this doesn't bring sugar, and I put it in the fridge because I'm going to put that cooler in the fridge too. That way everything stays. So we're going to add this to the meat. We're gonna add enough to cover it. Notice we use a small container, as small as possible, and it's insulated. The way our brine, we can call it that, a brine. We don't need as much as if we had a bigger container. Okay, so our meat is in the fridge and it's brining. We're gonna give it at least 3 days. Then we're gonna take it out and continue the video. Okay, a whole week has passed since we put the meat in the brine. Now we're gonna put it in the pressure cooker with some oil, sliced onion, and continue with the process. Garlic. The pressure cooker will pretty much vaporize the onion and the garlic. We don't need to break them down too much. I'm putting some olive oil, but animal fat is best. I don't have enough right now, so we're gonna use this instead. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was an entire leg. Just pour it right now. You can also make stew like this. Okay, so the pressure cooker is full, plugged and ready. We're gonna select meat. Gonna go on high. We're gonna go to exactly 1 hour. Start. Well, here we are. The pressure cooker is done, and we're gonna see what it looks like. So we should end up with, if we give it longer, it'll just break apart. But this is good enough. We can work with this. So we're going to grab a sweet onion, a sweet pepper, and some garlic. I had this pan preheating over here. We're gonna add some oil. This is actually animal fat and bacon. The next step is very important, that we add the next ingredients in the order that I'm going to show. The pepper should always go first because the pepper needs a little bit more time to cook. So we're going to add the pepper first. And these are sweet peppers, and they're delicious. There we go. We added the pepper. And we just needed to start cooking. The peppers will always need a head start in cooking. And any pepper, if you roast it, if we were to roast it or anything first, rather than putting it all together with everything else, it just tastes so much better. You will notice that the pepper will start getting softer. Sometimes if you put it in the grill, it'll blister. Next, we're gonna add the onion. We're gonna make sure it breaks apart. Sweet onions are always best. If you can get true Vidalia onions that are sugar sweet, are the best. Next, we're going to add the garlic. Now while this is cooking, we're going to go and chop the meat that we're going to add in here. So we're just going to help it chop down. I mean, it's pretty much done already. And if we were to give this another half hour in the pressure cooker, we'll have a hard time finding the meat in the water, whatever's left inside. Should end up looking something like that. We're going to add it in the frying pan. At this point, the only other seasoning we can add is salt and black pepper. I don't know if you can see from there how well this is cooking. And you can eat this many ways. I usually eat this with tacos, but we can eat it in the morning with eggs. We can make a sandwich out of it, almost like pulled pork sandwich, but it's obviously not pulled pork. Now I'm going to eat this right away because I am starving right now. But if we were to cover this with aluminum foil, it'll get even better. These things are never best if eaten right away. It's better to let them rest for at least half an hour, covered in aluminum foil. And there you have it, folks. Thank you for watching. This is another recipe, or one of the recipes that I have for making deer. See you next time. Here you have it, folks. Thank you for watching. I've added salt and pepper. Like and subscribe, and remember that a true cook never eats on a table, always at the kitchen. Have a good one. These eggs really put the icing on the cake. Very nice. This never gets old. Absolutely.